Hi everybody, it's Joni here at Joni's Journals, and this is my second take on this video. Excuse me. Because the first one, I completely confused myself. What else is new? What we are going to be making today is a Christmas-themed portfolio, which has 1, 2, 3 pockets, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. Okay, I'm showing you my examples. I do want to let you know that I did see this originally done by Tony at Crafty by Tony, and she got hers from Michelle at Pink Strawberries. I will link both of their channels below so that you can go over and look at theirs, because mine are, although the idea was inspired by Tony, mine is completely different than hers. In fact, I've done 2 versions. I've made 2 of one version and 1 of the other version. She uses what I have to say is most of Michelle's idea, and she glues her entire portfolio together. For my first round, I decided to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch and stitch my portfolio together, which I love the way it came out. I put my little bow on the outside. This version has 1, 2, if I can just get in here, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pockets, while this one only has the 3. After I started playing with stitching it together, I said I want to be able to keep most of my papers showing. And so what I did was I developed a little version where I've actually just glued parts of the portfolios together, and then I've put a little banding on it so that you can keep most of your pages. I wanted most of my papers to show. And so what I'm going to show you how to do is use this version. Okay, this one happens to be my favorite. This paper is from the Elizabeth Craft Designs Reminiscence Book 8. And I just absolutely adore that paper. Okay, so it had to be on my front. And I've used my Vaessen Creative Whale Tail Punch to create the little tabs. What we are going to do is we are going to use Tracy's DD Advent Kit, and I have chosen to use parts of the story, parts of the pages, I should say, from the story, The Secret Book. So this is the ephemera I've cut out, which we may or may not get to in this video. I'm going to see how long everything goes. It may be 2 parts, the second part being where we decorate it. But it should go rather quickly, and I can probably get it all done in one video. What you are going to need in order to make your portfolio is you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock or paper, depending on how heavy you want yours to be. I'm using 65-pound cardstock for mine, and I have printed out and manipulated the pages from The Secret Book. So you need 2 6x8 and 2 6x6. Now, by manipulating the pages, I mean that I printed these at the full 97%, which is how they come across. This one I shrunk down to, I believe it was 95%. I'm not going to explain to you how to do it because, first of all, I can't. I just play. And so you're going to have to, first of all, my computer might be different than yours. I'm working on an Apple, a Mac laptop, and I don't even remember what kind it is. But yeah, I played with my pages and I shrunk them down. All of the ephemera I can tell you, I printed at 85%, okay? I wanted to be sure that all of my little pieces parts would fit into my file folder once it was completed, my little portfolio rather. So what you're going to do is you're going to print out your pages. I have also used my favorite background from the freebies that Tracy has on her website, and I'll link that in the description box below also. You're going to take all of your papers and you're going to, well, you don't have to. I like to. I rounded all the corners and I've inked all the way around, although I've noticed that there isn't a lot of ink on here. I can fix that later. I have this one facing with the background page up because the way that I want to lay out my portfolio, I want this whole image to show, even if it's going to be split in two, it's going to be on the inside, but both of these sides of the paper are going to show. What you're also going to need in order to do your little, sorry, me reaching, your little edging or your little binding here is you're going to need a piece of paper, and I used the background paper to do this. You're going to need a piece that's 2 1/4 wide by 6 inches high. Now we are going to be doing some scoring on this. You don't have to score these pages, but I just feel a little bit more comfortable because they come out straight. And I'm not playing around and having to try to straighten out the piece of paper once I've folded it in half. You are going to fold all of these in half, and the way that I have my images printed, they're going to go straight up. If you're using directional paper, like I'm using a directional image, you're going to have to figure out how you cut yours. I was able to play and I cut mine so that all of my images are going up and down in the direction that they need to be. Okay, you're going to take your 6 by 8 and you're going to put your 8-inch side up at the top, and you're going to just score it in half. I'm going to lightly go down and I'm going to score at 4, okay, so that we can then fold this in half like so, and hopefully it will be straight, and it is. And so you're going to do that on both of your 6 by 8 pages. You're going to score at 4 like so. I hope you guys have gone over and checked out not only my video for day 6, which was part of the DD Advent, but also I have so far 2 other videos for the DD Advent where I have been playing. I did some Christmas cards in one, which I know a lot of you guys are not really interested in, but I did make an envelope also using the backgrounds that would fit the cards that we made. We didn't really make the card, we sort of finished it up. Okay, you're going to take your 6 by 6 and you're going to put it whatever side you want, whatever side you want your image to be facing in the proper direction. You're going to put that at the top, and you're just going to score at 3. I'm doing this lightly. I just want to make sure that when I bend it, it's straight. And then again, you're going to take your 6 by 6 and you're going to score it at 3. Okay, so now we have all of our pages, quote unquote, or the outer workings of our portfolio. We have them all scored and ready to go. Okay, now you're going to create your little binding edge, and you're going to take your 2 1/4 piece, 2 1/4 by 6 inch piece, and we want to create a 1/4 inch edge here for when we slide all of our folders inside of it. So the 2 1/4 we're going to take and we're going to score at 1 like so. Okay, this one I'm going to push down a little bit harder because I want my bends to be a little bit stronger. So we're going to score at 1. Remember, this is your 2 1/4 edge. Score at 1, and then you're going to score again at 1 1/4. Okay, and I'm just going to go down that again. And you're going to create your little folded piece like so, which creates your binding. I guess we can call it a binding. And so you're going to fold on the 1-inch line, like so, and you're going to fold on the 1/4-inch line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my vintage photo, and I'm going to ink those edges, because you know me, I like it to be a little bit grungy. Okay, I'm going to ink there, and I'm going to ink there. And then I'm just going to put that aside, and I'm going to take my scoreboard and put that away because we're done with it now. You can, of course, just fold your pieces in half. You can use a ruler, whatever you need to do so that your edges will come out straight, okay? I'm just going to ink around this before I forget. And I always ink the fold, even though you're really not even going to see it. But, yeah, let's just ink around. And I think that's enough. We don't really need to overdo. Go like that. And then a little bit over here. Okay. I think we need a little bit more ink. So, yeah, if you guys... I have not had my additional 2 videos. I did a Christmas bauble, which was a lot of fun. And I did do some Christmas cards, and those were just additional videos that I did along with my day 6, which was for the Christmas in the cottage. Okay, so now what you're going to do, I have already selected which I want for my front and which I want for my back. Now, since this is called the Secret Book, I've decided to take this one and make this the front of my portfolio, my folio. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to line this up, and you're going to take and you're going to glue down the front of this to the front of the 6x8. Okay, so this is the 6x6, and you're going to glue down just the front to the front of the 6x8. And I'm going to make sure this is straight, because one of mine, even though you really can't tell, came out kind of lopsided. So I'm going to put some glue around the edges of this, okay, because we want this to be a pocket. We don't want to glue it down completely. I'm going to take and I'm going to put some glue along the edge there, and we have some on the other edge. And I'm going to make sure, good thing I looked, my paper was upside down. I'm going to take and I'm going to slide my 6x8, the fold up to the fold of the 6x6. And I'm going to make sure that I have it straight. And so now we have our 2 pieces glued together. So it'll look like this. This edge is still going to be loose and flip-flappy. Okay. So let me just wipe off that excess glue. And I'm going to grab my bone folder and make sure that my folds are nice and sharp. Okay. So there we go. Now, for the piece that's going to go on the back, and that would be this piece right here, what you're going to do, you're going to leave this front part loose, like so, and you're just going to glue the back side of your 6x6 to the back side of your 6x8. Okay, that's going to give you these 2 separate pages. Okay, that's what we're striving for. You can see that I've just glued the front on here and just glued the back on here. Okay, so let's do that now. Making sure I have it right and making sure I have it right. I'm going to put some glue again along the edge here. If you hear my washing machine ting-tinging in the background, I am washing all of my linens and the blankets that I put on my sofa because the boys like to lay on the sofa. I'm washing everything, getting prepared for Christmas. Are you guys all getting ready for Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, or whatever holiday you may celebrate. Are you getting your menu ready and your house ready, or are you picking out your outfits for if you're going out somewhere? Okay. So now we have our front, which is this section, and our back, which is this section, okay? Now what you're going to do is you are going to take the back pocket flap from your front side and the front of your pocket flap from your back side, and we are going to be gluing them together, okay? So they're going to go like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue, because we are creating a pocket, remember. I'm going to put some glue along the edge here, and I'm going to put some glue along the edge here. All right. And then I'm just going to line these up next to each other, like so. And I'm going to bring them together. And then I'm just going to turn them so that I can make sure that they're even. And I'm going to glue those two edges together. Okay. See, this part goes relatively quickly. And I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm going to push down. And I'm going to make sure that they are glued nicely. So here you have your little portfolio, okay? You have your outer pocket, your inside page, another page, your inner pocket, which I'm not going to pull apart right now, another page, and your back pocket, okay? And yes, everything is facing in the proper direction. So there's your basic little folio. And I'm just going to push down. And I'm going to make sure that all the glue is out of everywhere. And I'm going to make sure that nothing is sticking together, because that happened to me before. Okay, so there we go. Now, in order to make your little binding edge, you'll notice I didn't round my corners on this piece. I didn't really feel it needed it, and I just thought it would be, I don't know, a little weird looking if I did. What you're going to do is you're going to decide, again, if you're using directional paper, you may want to make sure that your direction is facing in the proper direction. We are going to glue our binding onto our little folio. So what I'm doing is I'm putting glue all along the edge where the seam is, not the seam, where the edge where the score is. And I'm going around on the outer edges like so. And then I'm just going to put a little bit in the middle. And then I'm going to take my folio, and again, making sure that it's facing in the right direction, I'm going to slide my folio onto my little binding like so. Okay. And I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to make sure it's straight and it's even. Okay. And I'm going to push down lightly. Okay. So now you have your little binding on. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing in the front. I should have probably inked these edges. I'm going to put glue around each side. Whoops. Let me make sure. Are you seeing? Yes, you're seeing what I'm doing. A little bit around. It doesn't have to be neat. And I'm going to come down on this side. And again, I'm just going to put glue along that score mark like so. And a little glue in the middle to make sure it stays stuck together. And then I'm going to bring it over. And I'm going to gently push it down. And then I'm going to take a look. I know you can't see, but I want to make sure that both sides of my binding are kind of even, so I can flip it over so you can see, so that my binding won't be too tight. And I'm just going to make sure on this side, and it seems to be even on both sides, okay, because I want a little bit of a gap in here. I'm hoping you guys can see that. Let me bring my light over. Oh, that didn't help at all. Let's see. Can you see? Let's turn the light a little. Okay, maybe you can see. Right in here, I want a little bit of a gap, okay? My phone is tilted on a weird angle, so I'm having a hard time seeing what you're seeing. All right, and now that we have our little binding glued on, I'm just going to go and I'm going to push down. Okay, I'm going to take the tip of my bone folder and I'm going to push down. And you can see I'm kind of pushing up against where that crease is. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side to make sure that it's making a good connection, like so. Okay. And there you have it. Your little folio is finished. Okay, and you flip it open and you have your pocket and you have all of your pages, and now everything is bound together. Let me fix my light again. I hope you can see what I'm trying to show you. All right, now if you notice on here, I do have some tabs on each of my little pockets and my little pages. And so what I've done is I've taken my Vaessen punch and I realized at the very last minute that I hadn't made any tabs for any of my little pockets or my pages. And so what I didn't do also was I didn't ink. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go away and I'm going to ink all of these little pieces and I'm going to come right back. Okay? Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Well, that was fast. It was faster for you than it was for me because I'm sure this is just about a split second once I edit the video. But I've gone and I have inked all the edges of all my little tabs. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, this is my Vaessen Creative whale tail punch. Okay, you fold your paper over and you slide it in and it creates these cute little whale tails. Most of you might know the story. I was looking and looking and looking and trying to find a place to get this from. And there was someone who I am friendly with through YouTube who was selling them on her website. But unfortunately, she's in another country and so is Vaessen Creative. The shipping on hers was just a little bit too much. And so what I did was I bought mine directly from the company. If I can find it and figure out a way to link it, I will link it for you if you're interested. It wasn't an inexpensive tool. I will let you know that much, but I wanted some kind of a whale tail punch. I just love the way they look. Okay. So now what I've done is I have made 8 little tabs and I am going to start gluing them on. So what I normally do is I will put one on the front pocket like so, okay? And I'm going to glue that down. I want to try and pick one that might have a little bit more of an image to it. And again, I punched these out of scraps after I had cut up all of my papers to the right sizes. I think I'm going to grab this one. It has a little bit of the pine bow on it. And so I think I'm going to glue that one on the front here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along the edge of one of the tabs. And I'm going to slide it into my pocket. I don't fuss too much with where I put the tabs on the pockets, but I do, of course, want to make sure they're straight. And what I'll do is I will slide my bone folder in so that I know that I'm not getting glue on the inside of my pocket. My bone folder is pretty old and it's pretty messy. And so I don't really care if I get glue on it, but I don't want to get glue on the inside of my pocket and end up gluing my pocket shut. And then I'll just glue the tab down like so. Okay, so now we have a little tab on our front pocket. Then I'm going to glue my tab on the inside of my pocket. And since this one is the background, I'm going to try and see if I have something a little bit more color related to the rest of the papers. And I have this one, which if you can see it, it's actually been punched out and it has some of the little books on here. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put glue on one side only on my tab, like so. And again, I'm just going to slide it into my pocket, if I can get my pocket apart. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take and I'm going to glue my tab. I'm going to try to see if it's centered. Let's see. Did I get it? Oh, not bad for the first shot. I got it right about in the center. And again, I'm just going to push down a little. And I'm going to slide my bone folder in behind it. Like so. Make sure it's straight. Add some glue. I know this is like watching paint dry, but I didn't want to skip this part. Okay, because I didn't want you guys to think that, oh, the tabs just miraculously appeared. Okay. So yeah, I'm wondering if any of you are getting ready for your holiday, whatever holiday you celebrate, getting your home ready or getting yourselves ready or preparing if you're going to bring something with you to the people you might be visiting. And so yeah, now we have our little tab on our pocket in the middle, and it makes it a lot easier to open your pocket so you can slide things in and out. Okay. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to put a tab on my back pocket. And since this one's on the bottom here, I think I'll put my tab on the top here. Now in this case, I know that this piece was punched out of here. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to, again, you can just barely make out the books are there. I'm going to put that on the outside. And again, here we go. We're watching glue dry, actually, not paint dry. And I am going to, I promise it's going to get better. Because I want to be able to show you how I decide where to put my tabs on my pages. Okay. I'm just going to slide that in like so. Okay. And again, my bone folder. And again, I'm going to glue. Because I like my tabs to be somewhat evenly spaced so that when you look at your portfolio, or even if you're doing this on a journal, that you can see all of your tabs. I mean, I took the time to punch them out and try to make them match what I'm using them for. I want to make sure they're all visible. Okay, so now we have a tab on our front pocket, we have a tab on our middle pocket, and we have a tab on our back pocket. Now, in order to decide where I want to, well, not decide, but make sure that my tabs are evenly spaced. You can see on here they're pretty evenly spaced. I will start by adding a tab to the front up near the top. Okay. And we'll start with that one. I'm going to put a little glue on here. Okay, like so. And I'm just going to put my tab on pretty close to my rounded corner, like so. And I'm just going to fold it over. I'm not going to glue it all the way down yet because it doesn't really matter much at this point. I will be fixing it. And then, well, actually, you know what? Let me glue it all the way on. I'm going to glue it. Okay, I'm just going to add some more glue to the side, like so. The other side, rather. And I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to lay it down. Okay, so that's my front tab. Now I'm going to go to my back, and I'm going to do my back tab. Let's see, which one should we put here? These are very decorative on the back. I think I'm going to take, and I'm going to use this one, okay? And I'm going to glue this one down pretty near the bottom, close to the rounded corner, again, on this side. And I'm just going to put glue on one edge of the tab because I want to make sure that it's straight. And I'm just going to lay it down, like I said, pretty close to the rounded corner. and make sure that I've got it on straight. And then like I did with the first one, I'll see it's not straight when you look at it from this side. Like the first one, I'm just gonna fiddle with this to make sure it's straight. I'm gonna put some glue on the other side. And I like to put glue in the middle so that my tab stays completely stuck together. And I'm just gonna bring it over and I'm gonna push it down, okay? So now we have our tab on the front and our tab on the back. And this is crooked and it's gonna make me crazy. Sometimes I think it's the illusion of the design on the paper, and then other times I know that it's not, and it's me. Okay, so now we have a tab on the front and a tab on the back. Now what I'll do is I want to kind of evenly space my inside tabs. And so I will take and I'll lay it down like so, okay? And I know that's a little bit too close there, like that. And then I'm going to take my other tab and I'm going to lay it on my second page, like so. Okay, and this way I can get an idea. And, oh, we lost it there. Okay. And again, this one's too close to the top one, so I'm going to slide it down. And so now I have a pretty good idea of where I want my tabs. All right, I'm going to hold them down. I'm going to flip open my first page. Whoop. And I'm going to take my tab. Again, I'm going to make sure it's straight. And then I'm just going to grab my pencil. Oops, sorry, I bumped you. And I'm going to make a little mark on here along the edge corner, the corner of the edge, and just at the circular part of the edge. And this way I will know where my tab is to go. And this one, which keeps shifting, should go right about there. Let's just make sure we'll match this one up. I think over here a bit. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to make a mark along the edge here and around by the rounded end, like so. And then this way, all I have to do is just glue my tabs down. So I'm going to take, again, my little tab. I'm going to match it to my pencil marks, like so. Make sure it's straight. All right, like so. Pull it up just a bit to make it straight. And I'm gonna, again, like I do with the other ones, I'm gonna put some glue on. Make sure I've got enough so that it'll stay stuck to the other side. And I'm gonna glue it down. Oh, look, that's pretty cool. We got two that match up there. All right, so now we have those two like that. And then before I put any glue on that one, I'm going to make sure that I like where it sits on the paper in comparison to the other tabs. And if I need to, yep, that's pretty good. If I need to, I would just move it around. So I'm going to put a little glue on here, like so. And I'm going to glue it down. If this part's too boring for you, you can always skip ahead. We might do a little bit of decorating and pocket stuffing because we're only at about 45 minutes. All right. And then I'm going to flip it over. And again, make sure it's straight. And this one appears to be pretty straight. I'm going to put some glue on it, like I've done on the other ones, so that it stays stuck to the page and also will stay stuck to itself. Okay, and there we have it, our little folio with our 4 tabs on our pages and our little tabs on our pockets. Now, I have, as I said in the beginning, I've taken some of the ephemera from the kit, and I have prepared, this is a little money envelope that comes in the kit. And again, I made sure that they would fit perfectly into the pockets. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, oh, this is the way it goes. I'm going to take and I'm going to tuck this little money envelope into this pocket like so. Okay, it'll fit nicely in my pocket. I can even take and stand it up if I want to, because it doesn't really matter if it shows, but that will fit nicely. And then I have this piece, which I can tuck in here. Again, these are all pieces of ephemera that come with the kit. Okay, and this paper is so pretty, and we are using the background. What I think I might do is just slide it in and have it be open and lay over the pocket like so. Let's get that in there. And that's kind of a nice idea. It can show up there, and we can also see it on the back here. And then I also have this piece, which is another piece of ephemera that comes in the kit, and this has a tab already on it, and I can tuck that little piece in the front like so, and that makes a nice little combo there. But I thought that what we might do is we might do a little bit of decorating on here. Now I did, if you've read the story, you know that one of the people in the story is the librarian, and she has long gray hair, which has been tucked back into a bun. And so what I may do is I may glue her on the front. I thought I had another little piece here that had a candle. I'm going to glue her to this page on here. Okay, maybe I'll put her closer to the bottom. And while I'm doing that, here's the piece I'm talking about. And then this piece is the piece with the candle, okay? If you should go and read the story. I will link the video for the audio version of the story. And you will know that there is a librarian who tells, Bartholomew. Yes, Mr. Bartholomew, who works for the CPI, who are the ones investigating the mystery of this story, that there is a candle that stands by the bookcase, and I'm not going to say anything more than that. And so I'm going to have my little candle here, and I'm going to have my librarian here. And so I'm just going to glue her down. You can see that I also printed my background onto my ephemera. I always do that. I don't like my ephemera to have a white background, even though I may end up gluing it down. I want that option that if I am gluing it down, it doesn't matter. If I'm not gluing it down and I'm just tucking it into pockets of my journals and stuff, that at least the back is decorated. Okay, so we're going to glue our little librarian here at the bottom, and then I'm going to take my candle and I'm going to glue it to the front side of my pocket, my middle pocket, that is, like so. I'm going to go this, just give it a nice, decent amount of glue. And then I'm going to kind of center this on this page here, like so. Okay. You will notice that my other portfolios are not decorated, but I wanted to be able to use some of the gorgeous ephemera from the kit. And so I figured, since I had plain pages in here too, by plain I mean just those with the freebie backgrounds on it, that I could do some decorating. Let's see, is there anything I want to put on here? Well, we can have the little tag where Mr. Bartholomew is actually doing his investigating of the bookcase. And maybe I'll take another tag here of a bookcase, and I'll tuck those into my center pocket because it's all portions of the story. And then I think we're going to leave this. You see that my pages are not bending nicely. What you're going to have to do is, once you've glued this all together, in order for it to be a little bit floppy and be able to open flat for you, you are going to have to push down on your edges and that will help your papers open up inside of your binding. Okay. I think what we'll do is we will take this picture of the bookcase and we will, let me make sure I've got it going in the right direction here. Yes, I do. I think I'm going to glue that piece onto the back of our pocket, like so. And I don't really want to cover up these decorated pages. So let's, you know what? I think I might put this, nope. I like this way. I'm going to put this piece right here on the bottom of here. And this way, if you want to use your journal to do some actual journaling in, or use your portfolio to make some notes for Christmas or for your new year, you actually have some space to do that. And again, I'm checking to make sure I have it facing in the right direction. I'm just going to put this piece down here close to the outside edge so that it doesn't interfere with the opening and closing of our portfolio. Okay. And again, you can write up here, and if you wanted to put a date or something on there, you could. And then again, we have these 2 plain pages in the back. And so let's see what we can put on here. Let's see. Do I want to cut this out and put it here? No, I think we're just going to use what we have. And so we have this little bookcase, because this is all about books. I think I'm going to put this one up here at the top. It matches nicely with our colors, like so. I'm going to add some glue this way and this way. And I'm just going to glue that down. I'm going to kind of turn it on its side. And I'm going to put it, again, closer to the outer edge of our folio, like so. Okay. And you could, if you don't want to leave these edges blank, even for writing or whatever, you could just go along and you could add more ephemera. Oh, you know what? I think maybe I will add more ephemera on this page. And I think I'm going to kind of tilt it a little bit on an angle. Do I like that there? No, I don't really like that there. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the other long piece of the bookcase there, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit and have it kind of touching the gramophone, because there is a part in the story where they are playing a gramophone that they were lent by one of their previous patrons. Now, do I want to do that as maybe as a pocket and slide this in here? I could do that. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put glue very close to the edge, and I'm going to create a little pocket. And this way we can slide our tag inside of our little pocket. And I'm going to put that down here, again, close to the inner edge. Close to the outer edge, away from the inner edge. And we have our little pocket. And this way we can slide our pretty tag in, like so, okay? But I'm not going to leave it in there because I don't want it to get stuck together, okay? So there you have it. There's our little portfolio, just a little bit decorated. I had to leave these pages because I just want the beautiful pages to show. But we have our librarian and our candle, and then we have our little pocket with our other little folder tucked in and 2 of our tickets. And I'm going to take this one, and this can represent Emily. And I'm going to tuck her in the front here so that they kind of, all the tabs will line up like so. And then let's see, what do we have? These are blank for now, but again, I could go back and add more ephemera to it if I want. And then I'm going to take my little coin envelope And I'm just going to tuck my little coin envelope into the back pocket like so to give a little bit of a decoration on the back. And I do like this piece, so I don't know where I want to put it. Oh, goodness gracious. Maybe I'll just stick it in here like so. But there you go, guys. There's our little portfolio. And again, I have all of these pieces left over. Well, we're using her on the inside. I may just tuck this piece, which is another tag with a candle. I might just tuck that in there like so. Okay, maybe I'll put it behind the little portfolio that's in there. And we have this piece, which I guess we could add somewhere else. But there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. A relatively simple little project. Okay, and I'll show you again my pieces that I made using the Elizabeth Craft Designs. This was the two that I made after I made the one that I sewed together. And I will link Michelle's channel. I will link Tony's video. You can go over and check that out. And again, go over to hashtag DDAdvent24 and check out what everybody is doing. There have been some majorly gorgeous projects on there. Okay, I will link everything in the description box below, but I'm going to send you lots of love and big hugs and ask you to please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and go and check everybody else out, and I will see you soon with another video. Okay, guys? Have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas if I don't come back before then. I'm going to try to do another video tomorrow. I am off from school for 2 weeks, so I'm going to try to get a few videos in there while I can. Okay, guys? Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.